Hi everyone, Carter Krishnaiyer here with a quick update, and I mean a quick update on the USL Championship labor dispute. Though, if you want more details on what is being disputed, you can go ahead and check out some of my previous videos, a lot of our writing on Beyond the 90 at beyondthe90.net, and the work of other reporters like Jeff Reuter of The Guardian, who had a long piece that dropped on Thursday. There was a piece last Friday, for more context, from Jeff Carlisle of ESPN. So my understanding is we will have games this weekend, with a caveat. My understanding from talking to multiple sources is that the players plan to protest and demonstrate during these matches. And this comes on the wake of an unproductive session, from what I understand, on Wednesday, where federal mediators were involved. And additionally, a letter that the union is contending was a union-busting tactic, a letter sent by USL HQ to players, but which USL HQ and clubs maintain were just educating the players on their personal individual rights and what would happen if they did walk the picket line, and they did walk out. So real difference of opinion there. I think the letter personally was kind of heavy-handed, but was legal. And hey, these are tough negotiations. We're at a very tough spot in the negotiations. So I understand the letter. I think it was heavy-handed. I think it was strongly worded. Obviously, some labor lawyers had to check that. Outside counsel, I'm sure that that's where some of that stuff came from. But point is that I think that it was probably perfectly legal. But the players have not reacted as you would expect, particularly the union leadership, but also a lot of players have not reacted well to that. The players, I spoke to two USL players last night, two guys who are active in the league, two guys whose names you would recognize if you watch this league. They were both, and they were guys that were, I wouldn't say they were on the fence about walking before, but were really, really angry about that letter. But I think the point is we're going to have matches this week. What happens next week? I don't know. The players have voted to authorize a strike. They would have to be on the same page if they were to walk at any point. They could walk next week. They could walk on Monday. They could walk on the following Monday. There has been no significant progress in negotiations other than the management's poison pill, as I termed it, being watered down. That is progress in a sense, but that is not. This is on me for saying there was a poison pill, because it was a poison pill inserted at later on in negotiations, which is why I used that term. That does not mean management and the players are close on. Management says there are 4 things that separate them. The players tell me there's 7. So we're going to go with the higher number because you need 2 to tango. There's 7 things. Okay, maybe it's 6 now if the poison pill is gone. But there are 6 things still separating them. The season is starting and there are still 6 things separating them. I think we're a long way off. And again, I want to reiterate, I hear there was no progress on Wednesday, even with federal mediators involved. So my thinking is, I'm saying we're going to have games this weekend. My thinking is there is an inevitable work stoppage coming unless there is significant progress in the next 2 or 3 bargaining sessions. And it may not even take that. It might come before that. So I'm saying a strike is possible next week. I think a strike is inevitable if there isn't significant progress. There will be a work stoppage at this rate. I'm putting it at 70-30 that there will be a work stoppage at some point in this USL Championship campaign. It's not what any of us want to hear. That's not what any of us want to contemplate, including the players. But that's where we're at. But we will have football this weekend. So Lexington hosts Lou City, Commonwealth Cup tonight, 7:30 p.m., ESPN Plus. I can't wait to watch this Lexington team play. I'm wearing green for them, although it's not a Lexington shirt. But I can't wait to watch Lexington play. I think this could be a fun team this year.